All right. Here we go. So does it look like I'm interviewing you guys in Cabo or you're interviewing me in Vancouver?
John, you need to be here.
Oh,
I know.
next
Look at me. I'm in a full suit.
time.
You're
Oh,
wearing
boy.
a bathing
Well,
suit.
You look great.
Thank you. Well, today is actually not about any of us. It's about the man in the middle, Mr. Courtney Atkinson. Welcome to the Facebook Live, sir. I've known Courtney for now, I think over 2 years. We did another Facebook Live when he first joined. I was just, blown away by the man. And, what an addition to a great company. What an addition to our culture. And I've been inspired ever since. Every time I see him at the event, he's just one of those super nice guys that would go out of their way to say hi to you. And we don't get that in the real estate industry. So what an honor to have you at our company, man. But, how has it been for you here?
Yeah, it's been phenomenal. And, the truth is that even when it was bumpy at the beginning, because I think I was the first mega icon team in Canada and certainly the first big team in Alberta, there were all kinds of challenges. But the truth is that everybody at this company manages challenges with such grace. And I don't think anybody could ever say that any brokerage is perfect. But when we were just getting started, it was almost 3 years ago now. Things were clunky at the very beginning, but everybody was wanting to make it so great. And that's what I love about our leadership team now. It's like my chance to give shout outs to the three of you. But, you're so accessible. You're so invested in making this an incredible company for everybody here. And now that things are incredibly smooth, it's hard to believe that there's still things that you're working on. But I know that you're working tirelessly to make the things that we don't even know about even better. And it makes me so proud to be here.
Oh, man, thank you.
If you were to look back now on joining EXP, I'm sure you've interviewed other brokerages. What was the differentiating factor for you to choose EXP?
It was community. I mentioned this from the stage yesterday here, and I will say this till the day I pass, that it just came down to us feeling like we were part of something. We were in EXPCon, I guess it was 2019, and we had access to people that you would have never had access to at another company, Nadia. I remember getting lunch with Dave Kennord and sitting down with senior Canadian leadership and meeting Glenn Sanford, and just felt like these people had been old friends. Yeah. And it was so strange. Like, we were interviewing the company at this point, and they were treating us like they'd known us our entire lives. And it just had this sense of being a real strong community. There was just no way that we didn't want to be a part of that.
Absolutely. As a new agent coming into the industry, we'll start with a new agent. Why would EXP be a great fit for them? Because it is a virtual brokerage, lot different than a traditional brick and mortar. Mm-hmm. Why would I, as a new realtor, choose EXP?
Yeah, there's a multitude of reasons, and I think some folks getting into the industry have this mistaken belief that physical access to a broker is the key to success.
Yeah.
And the challenge that I've always seen is that, your broker, first and foremost, is meant to be a problem solver, typically not the most successful agent in the market. In many cases, they're also technically competing against you. And if we're being honest, there's not so much money in the kitty of being a broker that they have a lot of patience or time to support you anyway. And the beauty of our model, not just in the way that it's compensated, but truly to the structure and culture of the organization, is that you could literally call anybody. I said this yesterday, like, I've got 88,000 people that I could reach out to that would just love to support me in the growth of my business. It has nothing to do with the network that you belong to. It has nothing to do with the agents that are in your city. People want to support people at this company, unlike anywhere else. And I've been at different brokerages, and I've had friends at many different brokerages. And the thing that I uniformly hear is this: they don't believe it until they've felt it, whether it's at an event or whether or not they're here. It just seems like a pitch. It seems like something that we say. We sound a little bit crazy sometimes, right? But then you get here and you're like, no, it's legit. It's actually that way. Like, you could literally call 88,000 people and they literally will help you. It's insane. So that's to me, like, the number one thing that new agents need. Because listen, when you're getting into the industry, you really have no idea which way is up. Yeah. And you don't know how you want to be. You don't know how to find a way to use your natural skill set to grow a business. And there's so many different people doing so many different things that you can reach out and find someone who's got a very similar personality, who's got a very similar model, and most importantly, they're not competing against you in your market.
Right.
And they would love to help you win. They'd love to get to know you, support you and your family. Like, I just can't say enough about that for new agents especially.
It's the more money you make, the more money we all make.
Yeah.
And that's what everybody is invested in. And there was, Michael Valdez was on stage today at the Big Fire event by Brent Gove. And he had said that I worked for a lot of brokerages in the top tier. And the one thing that I've never heard at any other brokerage other than EXP is that EXP has changed lives.
Yeah.
And that's something very, very important.
It has. Yeah. So let's pivot for a minute. Obviously, Courtney, you're super regimed. I think you probably have a structure to your day. What does that look like?
It's ridiculous. It looks like nothing on this holiday, by the way. Like, I have so crazy. Like, I look like an unemployed person. Okay, I'm on the dole. But
that's what a vacation's all about.
I think so. I do. I take vacations from my habits and my my protocol too. But yeah, it's ridiculous. So I get up at 4 until between 4 and 7:30. Like, I go through a gratitude practice, an affirmation practice, a meditation. I do some stretching. I do some priming, and I'll usually do cardio and then lifting. So that generally will take me about 3.5 hours. But I love that. Like, Mel and I have 2 young kids that are like 6.5 and 8 now. And so, like, I just want to be home for them, and I want to be in a good mood when I see them, when they're pulling all their normal small kid stuff that drives you crazy first thing in the morning. And I just want to be in a position where I just love that, and I'm not, irritated. And then when I roll into, the office at 9 o'clock, I'm in a great mood. Like, I've already gotten so much accomplished. I feel like I just have so much more to give. And I feel like I'm in a position to inspire others to want to live their best lives too. So I don't love giving up my evenings. Like, for sure, I'm in bed at 8 o'clock like an old man. So, like,
well, when you wake up at 4,
like, that's not really cool, right? So, like, I'm not the guy that everybody calls for like Wednesday beers or whatever.
Yeah.
But for us, like, the business, the team is like family to us, and my family is like family. I prioritize those things above all else. So my routine makes perfect sense for me.
Yeah,
absolutely. And at EXP, we focus a lot on our health, personal growth, but most importantly, our health. How do you benefit from that?
Oh, it's just like so critical. And I find that there's so much focus on the doing. Everybody's concerned about what this new thing is. Like, how do I incorporate ChatGPT into my business? What about this new widget? I really want to incorporate that, or this new lead opportunity, or some new strategy. And like, those things are important. Like, the world is filled with great information. We've got a company that's indeed filled with people with great ideas. But foundationally, for most of us, it's more of a challenge of how do we execute on those things? How do we sustain strong energy throughout our days, weeks, and months and years, so that we can perform at our optimum ability without petering out, burning relationships, and losing interest in people and the things that we do. And to me, if I can keep my energy high, if I can keep enthusiastic, I can keep inspiring people around me, then we have this reciprocal relationship around energy. I can give and I can get when I need it, and we can continue, like, as a team or as a company, to perform at a super high level. So I do that just so that I can be my best version, because I have these big goals, and I want other people to achieve their big visions too. And if I can give a little bit of that, then they can get a lift, and you know how that works. So to me, that's just really important. And I love this company for that.
Yeah. Goals are huge. And I think everyone I know, they usually make yearly goals, usually around November, December. What are your goals?
Yeah, well, what we do is we kind of plan quarterly. So we use EOS in our organization. So I have like big personal goals, and then we have corporate goals or company goals that we work towards each quarter. So right now, we're just working at really perfecting some of the final details over the next 3 months on our bootcamp program. So that's the benefit of the new agents that we bring into our team. We're hoping to be at 100 agents in 2 years.
Woo!
So we've got
amazing.
We've got a lot of work to do, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's a big goal for sure.
Yeah.
But there's lots to do to be able to be in a position to deserve those additional people on the team, right? You don't just hope that it happens and then they show up. Like, you literally have to be the person to deserve it. You have to be the team to deserve it, and we're working hard at that. Personally, my goal is to I have a kind of a rule of around 2,000. So by the time I'm 50, which is going to be in 2025, the end of 2025, I want to have 2,000 people in my network doing 2,000 transactions a year with 2,000 coaching clients. So
that's phenomenal.
Those are the big goals over the next 3 years.
And we would love to be with you at 2025.
Yeah.
Can we just agree that we can do
We're
that?
We're going to do it right here. We're going to celebrate it.
That would be cool. Yeah.
pivoting back, we talked about a new agent coming into the industry,
Mhm.
but what about an experienced realtor?
Yeah.
Why would an experienced realtor leave a brokerage that they built their entire business in 15, 20 years? What could EXP give them that a traditional brokerage could never give them?
Yeah, I want to start with one of the key objections that I hear from people. I do speak to a lot of team leaders and a lot of people with big, long careers, been very successful, and they're tied to a particular brand, a green brand, a red brand, a brown brand, whatever it is, and they have this real fear of loss. And a lot of these really big brokerages do a great job of indoctrination around how important it is to belong to one of these big box brokerages. And having been through that, having been an independent broker, I can tell you that every single successful agent that I have ever met in my career, without exception, me included, and all the others, the brand is around that person.
Yeah.
It's around the service that that person has given the clients in their market, and it's become how they've been known. And people aren't signing up because of the brokerage that they're with. People are signing up because of the service that this individual has been known for giving. Whether they change to ZYX brokerage or the brown brokerage or the red brokerage, they're going to be successful.
Yeah, correct.
The kicker with EXP, and the reason why I think everybody should be here, I truly believe that everybody's coming. It's a matter of time. So my belief is that with the support system that we have in place, the collegiality that we have between people across the entire organization, the freedom with which we're all prepared to open up our entire playbooks and literally share everything.
Yes.
Not just one-on-one, but from a stage. Like, you wouldn't believe it unless you could see it. There's just no way that you're going to do more business. You definitely will do more business. You'll have access to more information than you've ever had before. And I remember over the years, I don't know if you're familiar with radio and television experts, Matt Wagner's got a big business, a lot of top producing teams. I've worked with Matt over the years. And I remember going to his conferences and thinking, man, like, this is worth the 50, 60, 70 grand a year that I pay to be a part of this network, right? Now that I'm at EXP, I just get that for free.
Yeah.
But there's like 88,000 people.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So many people I can call and they'll be like, oh yeah, well, this is how I do it. And I'm like, what? Like, you like legit just gave that to me over a Zoom, and now you're gonna send me like a Dropbox with like all the assets, and I didn't pay $1 for it.
Yeah.
And as if that's not weird enough, like, I'm also gonna save like $70,000 a year. Like, we saved, compared to where we were before, just personally, it was like $72,000 a year.
Yeah.
And
That's
getting
crazy.
way more, like, it's insane. So anyways, I'm a fanboy, you can tell, but it's real too.
We're all fanboys.
Yeah.
We are. I think we all think, even John combined, I mean, EXP is life-changing. The community that we have with all of our agents, right down to the staff members, to our managers. I mean, we're here to make this an experience for the agent, whether they're new or they're old, an amazing, life-changing experience.
Absolutely. You're able to globally. That's something that's really important, especially, when there is a lot of ethnicities, different ethnicities in the real estate industry, that you can go back to your home country and get connected with agents and bring them onto your organization. I think that's so powerful.
Absolutely.
I have a really cool story about this. So one of my partners who's in Atlanta, he's Pakistani. Oddly enough, we met him at EXPCon last year. And so we're interested in opening Pakistan because this gentleman's very well connected. He was over there for a month traveling just before Ramadan. He made a trip over to Dubai, where, of course, we're already open.
Yeah.
And so we're interested, right, in Pakistan. And so this is the kind of company where I literally send a message to Michael Valdez. I'm like, hey, Michael, where are we at with Pakistan? Well, I'll talk to so-and-so. Like, the next day, I'm on a call with people who are decision makers about opening countries.
Yeah.
And we have a roadmap on how to do this.
Yeah.
And so now we're like, okay, so now we're able to impact opening up an entirely new country. Why?
Yeah.
Because one of my partners has interest in doing that. And we, as a network of people, have the ability to do that. Like, so to your point, like, it's not just like the company's deciding what to do for us and we're like, thank you very much. It's like, no, like, I'm actually like directly reaching out to like presidents, founders, you're both, VPs in Canada, John, president, like, we're just so closely connected to be able to make change. It's just a very unusual thing for a company our size.
Yeah.
When a company is owned by the realtors and they're involved in the decision making, it makes you feel like this is the business that you're running yourself. However, you're not worried about the liability and you're not worried about the overhead and all of the above.
Yeah.
So it really gives you a chance to succeed at this business, plus building your retirement plan. moving forward. And no other brokerage can do that.
No.
We were an independent brokerage right before we came over, and my vision at that time was to scale our team across Canada. But you look at the complexity of opening trust accounts. We would have been 3 trust accounts in each province. We would have been licensing in each province, and then looking at the exposure that you have legally based on laws that are different in each province. And the truth was, it just wasn't going to be possible.
Yeah.
It was far better for us to focus regionally, locally on where we were. And even the idea of expanding too far out beyond our city limits was kind of risky. With EXP, like literally, I could have teams set up in every city and town across North America if I was ambitious enough. Like there's literally no limitation on one's ability to scale a team.
Yeah.
Or if you're not interested in that, simply having friends and partners whose businesses you're pouring into and reciprocating information on literally in every city and province across the world. Like it really is so interesting to me that we can be partners with people pretty well everywhere.
Absolutely.
And not only just sharing like local knowledge that's going to help your business grow in your market, but for me to be able to get an idea that nobody in my local market's even heard of or considered before.
Yeah.
And now you're going to help me R&D and implement that very thing.
Yeah.
Like, again, I know it sounds like I'm fanboying and maybe a little bit crazy, but these things are realities. And again, you don't really see it and feel it until you're here. So for now, like for our listeners, they're just going to have to take a guy's word for it that it's real.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of the agents look at it as it's a virtual brokerage. Who do I ever see? Who do I ever connect with? Who do I ever sit down with? What has been your experiences with getting in touch with people face to face or attending events that Nat and I do? Or, the exposure that you get to the people that you want to be exposed to in the company?
I think if anything, it's sped up my ability to connect with people that I would like to connect with. It sounds kind of strange to say, but in a physical world, have as much ability to discriminate against who you're going to spend time with.
Yeah.
If you're physically in front of somebody, well now you're kind of stuck there. With a virtual company, you get to meet more people, first of all, and I feel like it's easier to find your tribe this way. Like then the physical times that you spend with people are intentional, and they've already kind of been pre-qualified in a way by your virtual experience with them. So for example, when I go to Calgary to meet my team members there, I'm meeting with people that like I'm perfectly aligned with. Like we vibe at the exact same level. We want the exact same things for one another, for our communities, for our families. And that's just not possible when you're kind of like fixed, stationary, stuck to, one franchise in one location. Like that just doesn't exist in that way.
How did you find the Calgary event?
Yeah, awesome. Well done.
We had a blast.
You put that thing like
that was
on
amazing.
fire.
That was good.
We had such a good time there.
You really did. Yeah, well done, team.
Thank you. Hey guys, we would love to say that Courtney is the mastermind of everything, but really everybody has someone that supports them and is the CEO of their enterprise, and we are just so lucky today to have Mel with us. So Mel, can you come and say hello? Hi there, Mel.
Sweet surprise.
He's
actually the one that should be sitting in the chair.
Exactly. So we definitely wanted to give you the recognition.
Oh, well, thanks.
We would love to hear from you how EXP has changed your life as an individual, but also for your family.
Oh, like right now?
Yeah, you're live.
You're live.
Yeah, so when we went to EXP Con, we were an independent brokerage, and I was a little bit hesitant to get rid of that because we had just rebranded and we had built this amazing culture. And the thing that stood out for me, because I'm not a money-driven person, I'm a friend collector, was the support and the love from everybody, and it's just carried through for everything. And so what we say to our team is we put ourselves first, mentally, physically. We put our family second, our team third, and then our clients will follow. And that's what EXP was about. So it's been amazing. Plus, when we got rid of the conveyancing part of things, I have to say, that didn't break my heart. I was always in charge of
the audits
and the financial stuff. And so I think we saved like $150,000 by dropping the independent brokerage and moving into EXP. And stress-wise, it's just an amazing work-life balance. And the friends we made.
And Mel didn't care about this part so much, but I will say the brokerage was called Atkinson Realty, right? And I had this fear that people were going to look at me like I had failed. You know, like you don't get to communicate broadly, like, hey, this was a successful brokerage. It wasn't financial trouble. Like we didn't go to EXP to save us. You know, this wasn't something that we needed to do. It was because we have that's not part of what you get to say, right? And so I had this like pent up fear that if we did this thing, that might be part of the story that people would tell. And, you know, Mel is the kind of person who is really, really good at kind of like, first of all, talking me down and keeping me square and like in integrity. And the truth was,
we knew there was someone. We knew.
There's always someone
There's always the CEO.
Right?
Yeah, like exactly. And really, it was just a matter of like finding alignment. Like we just wanted to have an easier time doing the things that we love, that we were gifted. And once we kind of focused, lasered in on that, it's very easy to say, yeah, what people are going to say. And I don't have any control over it. And also, it doesn't have anything to do with me. Like my name might be in their mouth, but it's got nothing to do with me. Right? And so once I settled on that, it was like, we're doing this 100%.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
This was brilliant.
Mel, we appreciate you.
Yes.
We love working with you
Yes,
guys.
we
You
do.
guys are a bundle of energy. We look forward to hearing from you always.
We appreciate you. It's a difficult job being on the back end of something this large and in growth. Did you get some complaints, right? Because there are some growth, but you handle it with such kindness to everybody. So kudos.
We're very, very fortunate to be able to work together and be able to be each other's rocks in this. And we also have phenomenal people. You guys yourself.
Can I just give one shout out for some potential viewers that may be thinking about EXP in Canada?
Absolutely.
I'll give you a great example. Okay, so I was bringing over a team. This was actually the first time. I don't know if you remember this. I was bringing over a team. Yeah, in a province I won't name. There were challenges with the on board. Okay? It was early stage some time back, so not something that anyone would experience now. But I found that I should reach out to you, and so I reached out to this person, Nathalie Goodyer, and we had just met, and you were so gracious, you were so kind, and we had instant rapport. But most importantly for me, you just reached out to this person immediately, and to think that like the vice president of a company is legit just going to reach out to an agent on the ground who's brand new to the company, and first of all just own the mistake, apologize for it, and give the roadmap to success. Like it was just like the perfect plan for this person. And they're like, Nathalie's got me. I'm good.
That's amazing.
And so I get the phone call. Hey, Court, thanks for that. Everything's good. Really appreciate it. Like it was like crisis to nothing in like 3 hours.
Yeah.
And I don't know of another company.
Uh-oh. Well, I guess we got to continue live with just me over here. I think what he's talking about was, bringing crisis into a perfect situation, like a breakdown to a breakthrough immediately. And that's what EXP is all about. It's all about impeccable customer service. It's all about being in communication. And that's what we do here at EXP. I mean, you guys can see what Courtney was talking about, bringing over his whole team and his independent brokerage, saving $150,000 per year just from doing that. And what a phenomenal gentleman. If he does come back, obviously kudos to him. And they're probably having some fun, some Mai Tais in Cabo here. But if they don't come back, guys, please be sure to tune in next Tuesday at the same time. We're going to have superstars. We're going to have influencers. We're going to have great stories to share with you. Guys, make it a great day. We'll see you all next week.